information in themselves, whatever. I didn't know they're like he just opened the folder and gave me a sheet that had their license number and everything on it and the address. He's like, yeah, just use that to fill out the form. I was like, well, do I need to give my phone number to you guys or anything? He's like, nope. He's like, it'll be with the Remington will send us information when they send us the guns, and we'll just call you or send you an email or whatever. I was like, okay. And so then I guess whenever it gets there, I'll go over there and fill out the 4473 and pay the transfer fees.
What's your store number?
Now, how long does it take? Since I don't have a carry permit, obviously I can't bypass the background check. How long does it take for it to?
Well, here in Wisconsin, it's basically they call in, they read off some information, and then they clear you up pretty much immediately. So 5-10 minutes tops.
Oh, okay. So
unless it's like unless you're doing it on like when they're closed. If they're closed, then you gotta wait till they're back in business. But I don't know if Nick's closes on the weekends or not, because I don't buy guns on the weekends because I never knew.
So you just wait.
No, it doesn't close.
So you just wait in the gun shop for a few minutes while they call, and that's it.
Depends
if your state is instantaneous, if your state's instantaneous on long guns, yeah.
Also, it depends on if your state does their checks locally or they use NICS. Mine does local, so it's different.
Mine does local on handguns only.
So you gotta check with your. You gotta figure out your own state.
Yeah, well, it'll be a cool experience. It'll be my first time ever filling a 4473.
From what I understand, in Georgia, it's instant, just like Pennsylvania. I mean, they'll have your check. You'll have your check before the second guy comes to check your paperwork.
Yep.
What do you mean, second guy? You mean to check the 4473?
Yeah, there's usually a couple guys look it over.
There's normally the entry-level employee and then the manager or department head or whatever for.
Yeah, that's what.
Wherever you're buying it from.
That's what Pro Still was saying. He works at Cabela's, and he says like freaking like almost all the people at the counter sometimes will look at them, make sure, because they really don't. I guess
Mr. But it's double checking everything's correct.
Yeah.
Every time I've bought a firearm, even from my local shop, it's always 2 people check the paperwork.
Mm-hmm. So when I get to the box that asks me if I'm a felon or not, I check no, right?
No, you check yes. You check no on the you're not the actual buyer, and then you check yes on everything else.
Yeah.
You're addicted to weed. You're not a citizen. You've renounced your citizenship.
Yeah, you're fleeing from the law.
You've beaten your wife. You're a stalker.
And like in Wisconsin, it's always 2 frickin' forms of paperwork.
Yeah.
For handguns, because you got to fill out the federal form, then you got to fill out a state form. With long guns, it's only the federal form. Because they don't use a Wisconsin background check for long guns. They use NICS, so it's free.
Yeah, it's the same here in Pennsylvania. Got to fill 2 different forms out for handgun and 1 for long gun.
We only have to do 1, but it goes through our sheriff, and it costs money. And
yeah, it's $10.
And they're only open between certain hours. So if you're buying a gun past, I don't remember what time it is, but they close down at like 8 or 9, 7. I don't know.
It's I think it's still $13 for background checks here. For handguns only. Since they use the long guns, they use the federal, it's free.
Anyways, now I'm gonna find a scope for it, and
Well, you said you're getting a gun, but you never said what gun.
as I told you, I said it in text chat earlier. The Remington 700 308 SBS tactical. It's the heavy barreled 20-inch barrel.
Well, it's got the name tactical in the it's got tactical in the name. Do you even need a scope?
All right, just
Isn't it just like
Just
kill
360.
ninjas automatically?
360 no scope all day.
I know you got to start taking like gymnastics so you can work on your 360 skills.
I'll
So how far?
start watching Matt
How
V
far are you
29
gonna?
videos.
Yeah. How far do you plan to reach out and touch someone with that?
Why do
Somebody
you use the phrase "touch someone" in Quark? You
touch
know?
somebody? No, but I'm not gonna plan on shooting anyone with it. But
Always talking about touching people. It's so weird.
I don't know. The farthest I can shoot here at my house is 200 yards. Well, technically 300, but it's really not ideal situation. 200 yards, and if I guess I went to a bench press match, I'd probably shoot. I don't think there's any ranges here that go to 1,000 that are close by. But I can go up to the I can go down to our hunting land and shoot, and there's places I can go if I really wanted to.
Did
you
you
can
get
use
a
it as a
discount?
hunting gun.
Okay, well, hang on a second. What?
Go ahead.
I was just asking if you're just going to use it as a hunting gun.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that's one. My dad's really interested in it too, so I think he's gonna pay for the scope. And
Well, then get the most expensive scope you can for hunting.
yeah, well, he's not gonna do that. If I give him something that's like extremely expensive, he's gonna be like, I'm not buying that. But
So you can get a
anyways,
little bar scout, huh?
no, I'm gonna get a. I'm looking at these SWFA super sniper scopes.
You know, it's not adjustable too, right?
Yeah, well, they have an adjustable model.
Was
So,
it? I
Yeah,
don't know anything about
they have
scopes.
they have a 3 to 15, which looks really nice. It's about twice as much as a fixed power though, so I don't know if
Very
my dad'll bite for that. If you will, then we'll get that one probably 3 to 15. That's pretty nice. If not, I'll probably just get the 10 power.
You're not even going to look at Nikons?
Did you get a discount on that rifle?
Yeah, that's why I bought it, dude.
Yeah, you got it for $2.
It's half off.
Oh, really? So you
Yeah.
got it for like $300?
Not quite half. Not that cheap. The MSRP at like $750 or something like that,
Alright.
and it was like $320 or $425. So almost half.
That's good. Good deal. Still a good deal.
Yeah. So
Sometimes they're on CDN and better stock, but
yeah,
they're
these
more
come in a Hogue stock too, which is kind of neat. It's like a overmolded.
yeah.
Is it
stock,
the
whatever they call
tacky shit, or is it like
I don't know. That's what I think it is. I don't know.
those tacky?
You don't like it?
Uh,
Does everything like stick to it?
yeah.
Yeah, I've
like
dealt
it,
with that
like-
kind of crap before.
I like
Yeah,
it.
all the lint.
I like and the pistol grip's nice, but like I don't need a fucking whole thing to be like clingy.
It's gonna stick to your chest when you run. Just stick it on your chest and run, and it'll be okay. Don't have
Velcro.
to carry it. Yeah, we can always replace it with like a Bell and Carlson. Those are nice stocks, something like that.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, make sure before you start filling out the paperwork, you give the gun a thorough look over.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Because it is a
Yeah.
Remington.
Yeah, no shit.
So that's normal people to do that when they go into pick
Yes.
it up from the FFL to look at it before they do the 4473 and everything.
Yeah, before you even start filling out the 4473, you inspect the gun. Make sure it's
Okay.
acceptable.
Cool, I'll do that.
Yeah, 'cause I know before I picked up my Walther, because it was my first transfer,
I guess I'll just probably.
I field stripped the thing to make sure everything was
I
okay.
guess it'll be pretty simple for the 700. I'll take the bolt out, check the bore out, make sure the action feels right.
Make sure the sights are all lined up. Make sure it functions
don't have-
properly. Give it a
don't
dry
have
fire.
I won't have sights on it, but
It doesn't have fixed sights at all.
no, it's tactical 20-inch barrel.
Oh, tactical.
Got tactical. You don't need sights.
Exactly.
You just got to be able to.
It's a shotgun. You just point it.
It's a 30 caliber shotgun.
It's a heavy barrel. Doesn't usually have sights on the.
It's not even cut. It's not even cut for iron sights. I don't think.
No.
I just if my rifle didn't have iron sights, I would not be interested because I always want iron sights as backups.
Those just kind of when you get into like bolt guns, like you're not going to take your scope off to use the iron sights, so there's no
Yeah, pretty much if like your scope gets screwed up, the gun's screwed up, it's like, well, this
Just
is
get
useless for a
the
while.
scope with the iron sights on top of it. You ever see them?
What?
Yeah,
There's scopes that have that.
That's crazy.
like the ACOG.
How low would you be shooting though if someone was like 20 yards away? Be hitting them in their kneecap.
Using it for that, but like 100 yards.
Yeah. You can just aim
So
at the top of the barrel.
Americans can't handle gun ownership.
Don't read that out loud. I just put it in there because it was stupid. Some asshole in Austin being an asshole.
Well, there you go. It's Austin.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, you got to remember, Austin is basically like, well, Southern California.
yeah, I wouldn't lump everything. I don't know. Yeah, sure. If you're gonna lump it all together, yeah. But there's good people in Southern California.
So
Well, yeah,
I'm looking at
yeah,
these,
but it's Northern California that's a little more gun friendly. What I'm saying is that
so while I'm looking at these SWFA scopes, I'm also looking at their 1 to 4 models for my AR eventually. They're pretty nice. The Vortex is supposed to be releasing their new Strike Eagle this summer. I don't know when that's going to happen. It's on their webpage, but it's not. Wait, maybe you can order it.
You still need a lower, right, for your AR?
Yeah.
And what the hell? You bought
Well, I
a
mean-
bolt gun before you finished your AR?
you got to remember he can't take possession of an ARLR until he's 21
No, of course, that's not true. I can't buy one from
from an FFL.
The bang switch trigger just went on sale on Tactical Shit for $159.
Wait, what? They have their own trigger?
Yep.
Wait,
It's called the
Uh,
bang switch.
is it the channel or whatever they're called?
No.
Okay. Or what the block?
That's just the name of the trigger.
Oh, whatever. It's terrible.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, everybody.
I'm just saying it because I saw it on Instagram. And they put it on the jack lower, so I thought the jack was on sale for $159, and I was like, all right. And then I read it, and I was like, what the fuck? It's just a trigger.
Oh, well.
But that's the lower you should get. You should get the jack.
I wasn't even listening. Oh yeah, I saw that. I know what you're talking about the Jack. It's a nice one. No, if I was gonna get like a really sweet logo, I'd get the one with the freaking. Wait, the Jack's the one with the skull and the teeth,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I either get that one, or no, I get the Warthog one. That's it. That thing's awesome.
God.
Oh, God.
What? What's wrong with that lumber?
You gonna get little clothes so you can dress your AR-15 in different costumes when you go to the range? My AR-15's a sailor today.
Okay, you got the Warthog's freaking badass.
Yeah.
Hey, now I got a question for you, Caleb. Did you actually buy that, the $7.99 mags for your AR yet?
Those what?
Who had that on sale?
I don't know.
There are a bunch
Here,
of.
I've blocked everything out from yesterday. All the chat that happened yesterday, blocked it all out.
I went to bed too early. Well, I tried to go to bed too early, but I couldn't.
I haven't even been shooting my AR because I don't have the scope for it. And the iron sights aren't really that. I mean, I don't really have.
After I left the chat yesterday, I just gave up listening to it because it was too
Yeah.
choppy. I couldn't. YouTube was fucked up, so it was
YouTube
unlistenable.
probably saved you guys from
Unwatchable.
listening to it was like Thanksgiving dinner, when Aunt whatever got drunk and just it was it was crazy.
So who got drunk?
Nobody got drunk. It was just like a rolling argument for hours.
What?
I yelled at somebody else yelled at everybody was yelling at each other. It was chaos.
Ah, man.
Remember that?
Because you weren't there, Bob.
Oh, well, that's probably why.
Yeah, YouTube was all fucked up, so we were just in the chat, and then Marco and I don't know exactly how Marco brought up a really interesting subject, but it divided everybody right down the middle, and then people got heated.
Do you
And
remember
then
the
people
Tomahawk
got
fight?
unheated, and then people got heated, and then we dropped it, and then it came back up, and we dropped it, and it came back up, and it was like a revolving like. I mean, I got out of the chat at 3 in the morning. I was like, I've had enough.
Your time 3?
Yeah, my time 3.
Holy shit!
It was daylight where Marco was.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah, I
be
woke
6
up at
o'clock
6.
Eastern.
I did. I woke up at 6 and it was still going, I think. Unless it was like.
I've done that before. Wake up like at
Yeah.
7
But
a.m. and queue up at 7.
Dano was hosting chat, and he went to bed and left it running for us.
Oh
so-
God, I kind of remember
It
him
could
doing
have
stuff
still,
like that.
still been going, and we weren't in
Yeah,
there.
there's like 48 minutes of that chat online right now. That's about it.
I would take it down for I don't know.
Well, you know, though, Dano needs the views, right?
No, he doesn't need views.
Yeah, he does, because, I mean, he's got a pitiful, you know. Oh, are we live? Oh, shit. Dano. Gotcha again.
Well, he does need the views.
Yeah,
Dano does all right. Well, I mean, with video views, not with women.
Hi, Dano. Almost the Bob.
No one can screw with him because he can't talk.
I just like picking on people. What can I say?
No, you ran him out. Thanks, Bob.
Oh, did I? Was that Dano? Really?
Yeah, it was Dano. I have no sound. I'll try this again, just so Bob doesn't feel bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you recovering from your surgery pretty well, Bob?
On my way. Oh yeah, it was fine. I feel great now. You know, the odd time I have a little tiny heart attacks, but you know, big whoop. I'm gonna live in the country. I'm gonna get to go out my fucking back door and go bam, 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 bam. It's gonna be so fucking.
Just 5 times.
Cool.
Though.
Oh
Yeah.
no, not with the 22. I mean, with my 20, I got a 110 round drum for my 1022.
Oh.
I'm thinking of getting a Thompson kit for it, like a wood kit that makes it look like a Thompson, because that'd be just too fucking badass.
Well, too bad you can't have bonfire.
Yo, you can. You just you have to do it on your belt loop. Not a big whoop. It's about as accurate. Can't
You
bump
get one
fire
of those-
accurately. And bump firing is just like a way to waste ammo. It's like full auto, pretty much. This is a way to waste ammo, unless we're talking like, you know, heavy machine guns and shit.
Just get a bipod and one of those cranks.
Since when is funnel
we used to have those. I used to actually have one, but they're illegal now in Canada.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I know. I had I used to use it with my nylon 66, right? So I had like 10 round, because I had the one with the stick magazine, and so it had 10 round stick magazines. I had 10 of them. I used to fucking just about melt that barrel. Bipod and that crank, you'd be just like lined up on a gopher with your little 3 to 9 power scope, and
So anyway,
Good evening, gentlemen.
I got a box.
hey, Dano.
You too, Bob.
I got a box full of Yugo stuff now. Or Dano.
See, it's just like with me, right? If you say his name, he'll show up.
No. Nobody's like you, Bob. You're one of a kind.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Can't be replaced.
Take that for what it's worth, all right?
We're gonna ask the old fogies just a real quick question before I do any research. High cholesterol. Any way to lower that without taking meds?
Yeah, change your diet.
Cheerios.
Exercise.
Cheerios.
Yeah, change your diet and exercise. Yeah,
I have done both of those things.
Have you ate Cheerios?
eat Cheerios. Yeah, apparently those will do it.
Well, you can't just eat Cheerios. You have to replace bacon with Cheerios.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, no more bacon, but you
Yeah.
can eat Cheerios.
I know. You know that really
Replacing
sucks
wheat
because bacon's
puddles.
my favorite food group.
Well, you're not exactly the fucking like poster child for perfect health now, are you?
Well, no shit, man.
Bacon,
That's
egg,
why I've
and
had a
cheese.
heart attack and had to get
Delicious.
stents put in my heart and all that kind of fucking bullshit. That pisses me off, man. I always thought I was nigh on invulnerable.
Change it, yeah. It's you got to make a complete 180 with your diet if it's your diet is to blame for your cholesterol.
Yeah, my
Oh.
good cholesterol is fine. It's the bad cholesterol that's a little high. It's like
I'm curious,
30 points high, I think.
why do people get 6 power scopes that are fixed power? I mean, and it's like,
We're talking about hearts here, man.
Yeah, what the
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
I'm trying to stay alive and
Talking about guns now? Hell, is this a gun chat or a heart chat?
Caleb is young. He's still in that invincible fucking
Oh, yeah.
stage of life. Like you probably fall down the stairs and like get back up. All the rest of us would be like crippled. Like we'd have to pull out a life alert necklace and be like,
hell,
You step on, Bob's at the age he steps
Bones
on a
start to
pebble
get
and he twists his
brittle.
ankle.
I've fallen and I
Bones
can't
start
get
to
up.
get brittle, you know, and of course if you weigh 400 pounds instead of 150, yeah, they're going to break easier.
Bob's a Canadian mummy. All right, at this point he's just like, might as well just wrap him up and stick him in his tomb.
Fuck that, man. I'm hardly even retired.
Hardly even retarded. I would beg to differ.
Retired.
Whatever.
Yeah. And retarded's not a proper word anymore. We're not supposed
It
to
is
use
when I'm
that.
talking
You're supposed
about
to use
you, Bob.
mentally challenged.
It is when I'm talking about you. All right.
No, it's not, because I'm not mentally challenged.
Chris, remember what happened last night?
No, no, this is different. Me and Bob can like trade jokes and like it's fun. It's,
Oh yeah. No, I never take anything serious. So.
I'm not. I've been annoyed at Bob. I've never been mad at Bob.
Oh, but I've seen PBR get mad.
Shut up. Well, apparently I found my kryptonite.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't say anything particular.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
Takes a lot to piss me off.
Takes a lot to piss me off, but
You know, I had that $1 million video chat, and then YouTube had to go to crap.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
I
You
literally
got 48 minutes of it. I just don't know if it's a good 48 minutes.
I watched a couple of bad movies on Netflix last night and passed out because YouTube was so unwatchable.
I mean, it was like 4.5 hours long when I stopped it because no one was in the chat at that point. Yet it only had 40-some minutes of 4.5 hours.
I know.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I got a box of Yugo surplus today, Dano.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, that just sounded so weird.
It was a little weird, but not as weird as your reaction.
Alright, so I have a legitimate question.
My dog heard that and ran out of the room. I don't even have a dog anymore. He heard your laugh and he just bolted.
Yeah, I think
That's
one of my
funny,
cats is permanently deaf now.
Yeah.
Did your order from Desert Fox?
Yeah.
Now, what was it that came in that order that you got?
I got a sling and another one of those brass oilers and that plastic oiler because it was so cheap. I was like,
You know, your order is almost identical to mine, except I didn't get the plastic one since I already have it.
I got the little square one just because I was curious what it looked like.
You did get the square one.
Yeah, it was like $1.50. I'm like, whatever, it's $1.50. Big
So
deal.
does it fit in the pouch?
I haven't pulled out the pouch to figure that out. I'll get
Oh,
back to you
okay.
on that. I doubt it. It doesn't look like it will. I just thought it was cool.
Alright, so I have a,
Yeah.
But
Now, I just got a quick question here.
No, Caleb. No, Caleb. No. Caleb, no.
Wait your turn.
No.
Yeah, I've got
Okay,
a question
done.
for Chris. This is on his topic. How did the brass oiler come? Was it like really cool? Did it have any art on it?
Oiler is like the pouch is in better condition than the one I got from that I already had. Like the pouch is like almost new. In fact, it's like tight. It's like hard to get the brass oiler in and out of that little pouch. But the brass oiler has like got a field expedient like repair. Like somebody like repaired the chain. It fell off, and you can see where they reattached the chain with a little bit of a
Solder.
like baling wire, and then wrapped like. But they did like a really nice repair, and then they soldered the ends of the baling wire together.
Oh, that's cool.
Like it's obvious like an Arsenal repair. Like it's pretty legit.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's full and like, but I'm happy with it. The sling is got rust on the metal parts, but I don't really care.
Yeah, in one of
That's how
those
my FKS thing came to be.
4 mag pouches that I have, I've got 2 of them. The one, the metal tabs are fine. The other one has a little bit of rust on the inside, but it's no big deal.
I'll clean the rust off, and I don't know what it's soaked in that weird shit that they soak like webbing in that smells like surplus.
Yeah.
I'll probably just throw the whole thing in like the washing machine and just,
What do you clean the metal tab off that doesn't also remove the paint?
I don't even, is it even painted? I didn't even, hold on.
Yeah,
Black
they're
stuff was
painted.
painted black.
Yeah, I don't think they're not parkerized. They're more like painted. Cause I had that problem with mine, and I just used
It looks like it's
black
blue,
black Rust-Oleum.
This one looks like it's blued. I'll just take some steel wool and a little bit of oil, like light steel wool and a little bit of oil.
Oh, okay.
So I removed mine, and then I just put a little black Rust-Oleum over it.
Yeah, looks like bluing. It's got that sheen to it.
Oh, that's cool. The one that came with my SKS was painted.
The other Yugo slings I've seen are like a gray green. This is like an OD green too. That's another thing that is different about this sling.
Yeah, in the picture it looked like OD to me.
It says K, and I don't know if it says K1 on this my sling, which is something I have no idea what that means. I don't know. Whatever. It's just they were cheap.
I just found it ironic that we ordered it the same night.
I probably got it closer because he ordered, or I live closer to where he's at.
Yeah.
But no, I'm happy with it. It was really well packaged. You know, it was cheap too. That's the biggest thing. Like these Oilers, these little brass Oilers they're like $10, $15. And he had them for like what, $5? How much were they?
It was less than that. I want to say it was like three something.
I think it was $3 when I was looking at the site.
And that included the pouch.
Yeah, these are like, I've seen these Oilers sell for $10, $20 a piece. So.
If you were smart, you would have ordered 10 or 20 of them and then threw them up on eBay.
Didn't we have a fucking conversation about this? No, I was kidding.
No, that was last night.
I know.
I noticed, Quirk, you keep trying to reignite something like from yesterday.
I left last night before this whole argument started, so I'm just taking wild guesses here. So
he's missing it now, and he's feeling all bad that he wasn't part of it, so he's trying to start it up again.
Yeah, he's trying to reignite the discussion.
I don't know if you guys know, but Quark is a terrible person. He's just a terrible person.
Plus, he's bald.
Wow.
And you can't trust bald people.
I will say the George Costanza hairdo. If I don't shave my head.
Yeah, and if you shave your head, you look like cue ball.
I shaved my head though.
You shave your head though.
Yeah, I didn't shave my head for like 3 weeks because of my surgery. Didn't want to do it. And I'm like, I can't live like this. Not with that receding hairline.
Really? See, I just kind of like went, once I don't have to shave it in the summer because I'm not working, it's just like, I'm going to let it grow long again, eh?
Actually, I take it back. All right, so what I was thinking is a field expedient repair is actually exactly the same as my other brass Oiler that I already had. Maybe that's just the way they're built.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. No, that is the way they're built. Both the top and the bottom, where the chain is attached, is like this baling wire that's twisted and then soldered together. It's kind of cool.
Oh, well, I see. There you go.
Because in the picture on the website, I could see some like silver solder around where the brass two halves met.
Yeah, that's just the way they are.
Right, I just figured that's how they built.
Yeah, did you take a magnet to it yet to make sure it's brass?
No.
Or at least not steel?
If it's, I'm pretty sure it's brass. I don't.
Maybe it's brass coated steel.
Who knows? Yep. They're cool. I like them. They're neat.
Real deal. That's all that matters.
Oilers are one of those things that are like old ones, like old metal. I don't know what it like. What?
What are you talking Oilers though? Like, what are these for?
For firearms.
Like
what
the SKS or the
this is an old. Like, these go back to like the Yugoslavian Mauser, and they were used for SKSs and AKs.
Oh, okay. I got a bunch of those for the.
For the soldier in the field, he could oil his gun when he was
Yeah.
camp. Not
Yeah,
camp.
okay. No, I got a bunch of those for the SBI. I don't even bother to unpack them. I just leave them all in their goo.
Oh, there's like
Throw
the
'em in a
ones. Some of them, most of the ones that
box.
come with are like plastic. These ones are made out of brass.
Oh, these are all metal. The ones I got, they're all from like Mosins and SVT 40s and shit like that.
It pissed, it pissed me off. My
Yeah.
friend got his Mosin, and then he got the metal, oil can, and it had trench art all over it.
Oh wow, that's
Oh,
actually
nice.
kinda cool.
Yeah, I was like, you freaking bastard! You get a freaking laminated stock, little Mosin. It was, I think a 44.
I've been looking for. I mean, this is absolute like firearms nerddom, but I've been looking for a Vickers machine gun oiler, and only because I think I'll put what it looks like. I just think it looks cool. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Well, and
just
the Vickers machine gun was one of the first squad automatic weapons, really. I mean, it was used in the First World War.
it's just one of those things. Like, I don't have. There's no reason I need to own this. It's just a piece of kit. And like,
Well,
I
it
think
does have that 1800s look to it.
old tool. I like.
That is cool.
Like
I like
steampunk.
old tools too. Like I like old. Like if I can, like if I'm at like a secondhand store and I see some old tools, I'll go through them and like see if I can find something cool. And like an old wrench that's like that kind of quality that you can't get anymore.
Yeah. And specific to one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, Chris, I just look freaking awesome sitting like on a bookshelf or something.
Yeah. No, I want one. I've been looking forever to try to find it.
Yeah. I'd like
I
to
hope you can find one just because that is sweet.
Think how cool to have a Vickers machine gun would be, though. Well, even if
How
it was.
cool it would just be for a Canadian to have a machine gun.
Oh no, we can have MG34s with belt fed, and the belts can be as big as you want. They just have to be semi-auto.
But that's not a machine gun. That's
But it's not even restricted here. It's like owning a rifle.
But it's semi-auto.
So what? It's an
We can have it
MG34 with a 200 round
We
belt.
can have a belt-fed semi-auto.
Yeah.
So it's nothing special.
Yeah, it is. If you live in Canada. Only problem is they're like $5,000.
Well, just imagine being able to just pull back once on the trigger and that whole belt just goes right through. Of course, you melt the barrel, but
But
still.
I mean, if I want to experience that, I go down there. But I mean, here it's like 8mm is not cheap. So
8mm is not cheap here either.
Anything on a belt's not cheap.
pretty much, yeah. Unless you get one of those 22s.
No, 'cause then you're gonna be shooting crap ton of ammo.
Well,
It's not that
I think it's Caleb's turn now. I think we've actually punished him long enough.
All
What's your
right,
question?
Caleb, you can talk now. What did you want to ask us?
I don't have anything to say.
Oh, don't go out. Please don't take your ball and go home.
No, I figured out. Actually, I figured out what was that scope I was on the helm screen. I figured out what I was trying to figure out. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I like variable powers. I got a 4 to 12 Nikon that I just love. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's doesn't have turrets or anything like
I
that.
was looking at the scope and it has these little range finding lines on it. Oh, this one will cover 18 inches at this many yards. This line should cover 18 inches at this many yards.
Okay, mil dots.
But they don't go away. No, they're not mil dots. It's
No?
it's
Okay.
different.
All right.
I can find it. I'll put it back up there, but it's like so annoying because it's always there. It's like, wow, it'd be awesome if they had that reticle without that on there.
I got a question. How do you get green, copper, corrosion? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
How do you get it off of leather without damaging the leather?
Ooh, the
Not
leather.
really.
So
Yeah, I was gonna say, get it off of copper is easy.
Can't you oil it out?
Barkeeper's friend.
When you get that corrosion on leather, it's basically you're going to have to take the layer of leather off that's got the corrosion on it because it's part of the leather now.
Well, if you work the leather back and forth, can you get will it kind of fall off in the dust particles or?
Can you steam it?
Yeah, Yes, it's kind of it's brushing off. I can.
Yeah, like a very soft brush.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking maybe
but
a
you'll lose some of the leather. It's going to be a mark there always.
It's. I'm not worried about that. The one. Both of these oiler pouches that I have a little bit of it. Like, by the way, like when you get yours, you're gonna find the same thing, Dano. I wouldn't store. I wouldn't store your oiler inside this pouch until you have to.
Okay.
I mean, it's just leather and brass. You know, they don't go together very well. Same shit happens if you Wild West shoot and you have like a leather holster.
Yeah. The only other thing I might be able to suggest here is like neat's foot oil, and you can kind of work that.
I was
might discolor the leather, so you might have to do the whole thing.
I was just going to say that, Quark, is neat's foot oil is the biggest thing to protect leather. I mean, just like wipe it down really well with, get the paste or even the oil.
I got leather conditioner that I can use that I've used on other leather things. I just didn't know if there's a good way to, I didn't know if there's like vinegar or something weird like that like removes. I've never dealt with this kind of shit, this green on leather.
Neat's foot oil is the only thing I would recommend because 100% neat's foot oil too, not the mixture of stuff, because the mixture of stuff will actually dry out your leather.
Yeah.
So you have to constantly reapply it.
It lubricates the leather and keeps it flexible.
Yeah. The only problem with neat's foot oil, if you got like a light color leather, it will darken it up.
Yes. I don't want to do that.
Well, actually, no. I've got a Czechoslovakian bayonet that was obviously used. It's got writing on the back and shit like that. And the leather on it is quite dark because, of course, what they would do is rub it down with oil or something just to preserve it.
Yeah.
If it was being used in the field, you had to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It will, if it's a lighter leather, it will darken it up because it's absorbing the moisture, basically.
Well, it absorbs the oil, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good for the leather and keeps it supple and flexible. And if it's flexible, then it lasts.
Oh,
I could get stuck at Liberty Tree for hours and hours.
That's a cool looking oiler too.
Hey, this is what I was talking about, Bob.
It's just different looking.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Caleb.
That's a different oiler than the one that we were talking about earlier.
That would be annoying if it was there all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, mine's just like pure cross, and then it's got a little tiny dot in the center for the. You're trying to do precise shit, but I don't. I like to put it on my different guns, like my, 740 Remington semi-automatic from the 50s, right? And just see how good it'll actually shoot. Put it on a rest and everything and shoot it and just see, Everybody says semi-automatics can't shoot good groups, but yeah, they can.
Nobody says that. People say that.
They used to say that, I should say.
Yeah, well, they also used to think fucking like a camera.
They used to think the Earth was.
Okay.
They also Bob, when you were in school, they thought the Earth was flat, but things have changed.
Oh, bullshit, they did not.
Oh, Caleb actually got a zinger in.
I know. Fuck, he's on the ball tonight for once.
Gosh.
Maybe it's just that all the old people are just too slow.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
No. Listen, you always say gosh.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I never say that.
He does, but he only does that to
Another one is
think he's all simple and everything, not, devious like he is.
You sense that too, Dano?
Give me the old dadgummit.
Dadgummit.
There you go.
There you go. Happy.
Now I'm happy.
There you go. You made Dano happy.
We got a happy Dano. Wow.
Thank God it's not the end of the video, eh?
Dano doesn't experience that cultures very much since his life alert won't let him outside of Illinois.
Caleb's on a roll. I
I know.
don't want to say anything because I don't want to be next.
I don't know, though. He's pretty quick-witted there with all those sharp, stinging comments. Ouch. That hurts, Caleb.
Yeah. Oh. No, Caleb, it hurts. It hurts. No, Caleb, it hurts.
Whoa, Bob,
That's what Stone Guy said.
what?
Yeah.
You're permanently just go to the doghouse.
We're not even put you there. Just go. Go.
It's the kennel. It's the kennel.
Yeah.
Yes, the kennel.
Yeah, a doghouse makes it sound not very classy, but the kennel is like upscale.
All right, well, thank you, Internet, for answering my question. How to get that green shut off. I just
What
found
did it say?
Get a toothpick and like pick it off, and then take a dry toothbrush and carefully brush it off. And do not brush it into the leather. And then there's a few different people saying if mixing a little bit of baking soda and white vinegar into a paste and carefully, that'll like deactivate that shit.
Oh, the white vinegar?
Yeah, but like they say, just pick it off carefully, and then like if it's bad in areas that's bad, maybe. I'm looking at it. I think I can just carefully pick it off. It's not
Well,
that
the thing about vinegar is it's going to be absorbed by the leather, and vinegar is an organic material, so it's going to start to break down, which means it's that nasty smell it already comes with.
Yeah.
It's only going to break down and start to smell even more nasty as it biodegrades.
All right, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I'm gonna pick.
Just don't use vinegar. I find that everything I read on the internet that tell me to use vinegar it makes everything disgusting. And when I do it without the vinegar, it worked perfectly fine.
I mean, it's fine
I'm
for
going to say
coffee.
vinegar. Yeah, one use for vinegar is to put a patina on a knife blade, carbon
Yeah.
steel.
And it's great for cleaning your coffee pot.
So
But-
maybe not.
Oh.
No
Great
vinegar.
for your salads and sandwiches.
Yeah, try it without the vinegar.
Whatever. Yeah, maybe a little water and some baking soda.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've never understood. Is the vinegar you buy that's like quote unquote, just like your white household vinegar? What's the difference between it like the vinegar you buy in a glass bottle?
You're speaking Chinese, man.
All right.
What's the
Now,
difference?
you're talking about distilled white vinegar?
Yeah.
Like-
You can drink that, right?
If you want.
If you really want to, you could drink it. I wouldn't recommend it.
I mean, it's clean.
Are you trying to get?
It's not going to kill you.
Is this some weird teenage like dare thing?
No, I'm just curious because like you see it like in these giant containers and it's way cheaper than you have these little tiny glass bottles. It's expensive. It's like, what's the difference?
There's different types of vinegars. That's why you got you got the apple vinegar, you got the white distilled vinegar.
Yeah, the red wine and all that.
Yeah, it's like olive oil.
But they all taste the same pretty much, unless you buy like really good stuff.
Yeah, the white distilled vinegar, it's like for use that to color set clothes. You can use it to clean the coffee maker. I don't drink coffee. My father used to do that to clean,
Yeah, I use it in my ultrasonic cleaner.
But every 3 months, I got to run it through my coffee maker.
It works. Stinks up the house, but it works.
I
Do you
mean,
have hard water down there or something?
very hard water.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, it's how I clean my Keurig. But that's about the only thing I use it for. Vinegar.
Okay, well,
Where can I order a heavy buffer from that'll ship it tomorrow?
I just want to say, Caleb, do not mix vinegar and bleach. Do not.
Are you having timing issues? Is that why you were looking for like an H2 buffer?
Yeah, it's for my pistol.
Bravo Company?
No.
Yeah,
Are you-
Bone Company is fast as crap.
Yeah, they have them for H2s are expensive, but I think they're about that price everywhere.
Well, the one on Palmetto State is like $29.
The one on Bravo Company is same price.
Okay.
Here's a link. I would go with Bravo Company because I'm weird like that. Peace of mind.
Sweet. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, Dano. My pistol. I have a full auto bolt carrier, but the 5.56 blows it back so fast that it rips the it rips away from the ejector or the extractor too fast, so it jams up like the first couple shots, and then it starts running fine. But I'm thinking the H2 buffer will solve that problem.
I gotta get a different spring for my Glock. It's freaking every so often it eats a piece of brass. And I think it's because either the slide's moving too fast, or it's closing too fast. I'm pretty sure it's because, well, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's moving too fast. So I think I'm gonna need to get a heavier spring. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? Whenever your slide closes and it like puts two little nicks on each side of the brass, opposite of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does that sometimes. And it still ejects. You don't even know it until you pick it up. It's just annoying because then you can't use it. The brass is ruined.
Maybe it's your reloads.
No, it does it on everything.
Oh, okay.
How often is this happening? Like every other round?
No, not that often. It's like I'd say probably 1 out of 20, maybe less. I don't know. I'll just go outside and say I pick up my brass off my practice range and I have maybe like 5 or 6 or 7 or so like that. You know what I mean?
So how?
Maybe even more. But sometimes it's not that bad. It's enough you can size it out, but it still shouldn't be doing it.
I mean, your time is not free, and you may change the spring, and it may not fix it. So you have to ask yourself for, whether it's 100 cases a year or whatever grand total that might be ruined, how much in your time as well as dollars is it really worth trying to find the magic fix?
Yeah. Well, it's also been doing another thing too. It's the brasses that's coming out of the gun. It's getting pushed up against the barrel. Like I don't know if it's on the inside of the chamber or on the edge of the chamber or something. But it's not. It's just enough to put a little flat spot in the brass around the rim. Just barely a little bit, and you can see it, and it'll size out fine.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, you got to resize it anyway, so what's the difference?
It's just
I
kind of.
always see that in the 223 that I always pick up. See it all the time.
I mean, it's almost like a non-issue because you have to do that step.
Right. But the part about it, the brass about it biting it, that's different. But I already got a 20-pound spring on hand, so I'll just put that in there, and that's really heavy spring. And if that fixes it, then I'll know I just need to bump it up, my strings up a notch.
It's certainly a way to test, since that doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, because I already have the spring, so.
Yeah, I didn't know you already had the spring, so.
But I won't shoot that one because it would be too heavy. It probably won't even cycle. It may not cycle the gun. I don't know. It should. Well, I'm shooting 13s right now.
Well, are you still shooting production class?
No, I've never shot production. Shoot limited.
Oh. You're too good to shoot production, huh?
I'm too lazy. I don't like to reload. I reload one time and that's it. At a regular match, I'll probably reload. At a 6-stage match, I might reload 7 or 8 times. That's the most I might reload the whole day.
And Daniel, you said he's too good?
Shooting production, you're gonna be reloading 5 times per stage. Because you only get 10 rounds in the magazine. So.
Uh-huh.
Well, no wonder you finish like middle of the pack all the time. You're average.
What are you talking about?
You're a
Your
median.
matches.
I was talking about changing magazines. What are you talking about?
You remember mean median mode from school?
Yes, Dan.
You're a median.
Okay. Yes, considering I had a stage win last time, whatever.
If you had a stage win, you're the only one competing. It doesn't count.
Very funny. Yeah, but you can't shoot race guns in production either. Has to be a approved handgun on the list.
Boy.
But I wouldn't mind shooting production. All I have to do is I'd shoot my 9mm, my Glock 34, and I have to get a few extra mags. And well, actually, I have extra mags now, and I could do it. It'd definitely be a different game. It's completely. If you watch a production guy shoot a stage and then watch a limited or open guy shoot a stage, it could be completely different. Like it's insane.
Well, other than the mags being limited 10 and having to use stock sights,
That's not. You don't have to use stock sights. You can use any iron sights you want.
I thought production meant that it had to be a production gun.
Yeah, but there's certain things you can change. You can change the entire trigger as long as it doesn't affect the external part of the trigger. Weird. I don't understand.
Well, that doesn't seem to fit the definition of what production means.
No, it doesn't, and that's why a lot of people don't shoot production, because it's like you have these custom, quote unquote, custom guns that CZ imports, but they meet the requirements to be production approved. So
I mean-
you have people shooting like $1,600, quote, for all intents and purposes, race guns in a production class, and so it discourages all people shooting like Glocks, MMPs from.
I mean, the concept of shooting production is that if you have something that you bought 6 months ago and practiced with, that you could take that same gun, unmodified, and shoot it against other unmodified guns.
Like a CZ AccuShadow, and then kick everyone's ass.
Exactly. CZ AccuShadow is technically unmodified, but it's like done. I mean, they work on them at the factory, and they're awesome. So then,
Well, I was just saying that's the concept. It's like the purpose of it was like the first step for somebody to get into the idea of competing, so they didn't have to buy all sorts of parts and stuff.
right, that's kind of the.
But when they make all sorts of exceptions, that defeats the purpose.
But I mean, it really doesn't matter. You can shoot limited class with a stock gun. That's what I did when I first started. I shot limited with a stock Glock. I mean, all it is if you want to load your magazines full capacity, then shoot limited. That's pretty much the gist of it. I mean, really nothing on my gun is that like insane, quote unquote race, except for maybe the magwell and the extended magazine release, which I could use without. I mean, I could take those off, and then I would probably do just as good. I think production is no, it's not. It's which division is striker fired only? Or is there a division that's striker fired only? I don't remember.
I don't think there is. I think it's.
'Cause I know you can shoot hammer fired in production. I know that. I'm trying to find where is it? No, single action. That's what it is. You can't have single action.
Yeah, no single action.
That's why all the CZs are allowed, because they're double action, single action.
Aren't the Springfield XDs not?
No, that's IDPA. That they're not considered stock. It's stupid. It's funny though. It's hilarious.
That's why I always wondered what the IDPA classified the PPQ as, if anybody used that.
I don't know.
5-inch.
Probably is enhanced. They have, I forget their divisions. It's like stock service pistol and an enhanced service pistol, and CDP, which is like something. It's for 1911s. I forget what it stands for. Custom defense pistol. That's what it stands for, I think. They wanted to make a production optics division, which is production but with an optic. which is kind of funny. I don't think anybody would shoot it, but it'd be interesting. I think if they did it, they could make it like a category or something, not a division by itself.
Is that because the popularity of the RMR on?
I guess so. I don't know. I guess well, just in general, yeah, people putting red dots on their plastic guns. Starting to be a lot more popular now.
I think all guns in the future will have some kind of electronic.
Electronic, yeah, makes sense. I want to get a Seymour red dot.
Oh, what'd you say, Seymour?
Yeah,
See less.
Oh, that's right. I remember them now.
yeah, they're pretty much made for competing. It's like first I never even heard of them until I started shooting matches. But
So what
now,
was it, Vortex scope you were talking about earlier?
oh, the Strike Eagle, it's right here. I got the link for it. Actually, I got the page open. It released. I guess it released sometime last month. I don't know. I haven't been watching their page.
Is that a red dot or an
It's a scope.
light
It's
scope?
it's a different kind of crosshair. It's an AR BDC. I think that's what I'm gonna get whenever I finish the AR. It looks pretty nice. I'm not a big fan of the reticle with the three little halves or the three little lines around the reticle. I don't really like that. I don't know how distracting it'll be.
What
We'll
do they
see.
run? New.
Oh, they're like
Oh, I see,
380.
4 1/4.
They're like 380. So it's really cheap for a 1:6 optic with a lifetime warranty. It's pretty hard to beat compared to if you try to buy a scope like that. It's 1:6 power anywhere else. It's like $800 plus at least if you want a decent one.
Well, there always seems to be such a huge jump between, the Leopolds, the Nikons, and some of the others, and then what I'll call, the entry level ones. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot that's, let's say, $200 or under.
Oh
But there's a
gosh.
whole lot that's what I'll call in the $50 range.
The what? $50.
Yeah, something you put on a 22.
Vortex does the cheap, and then they do the middle, and then they have the high-end stuff. A lot of companies do that. You can find a $200 scope that's a decent scope. It may not be bulletproof, but it's not going to be a complete turd either. Maybe $300 would be a better, like the $300 range scopes. You can usually find some seriously good scopes, and some companies have really good warranties. So
That's what's great about Vortex. It's lifetime, and most of their glass I've heard is pretty. Most people like it.
I'm starting to have a hard time seeing the 200-yard 10-inch plates with my iron sights.
Mhm.
I mean, last year I was able to do with iron sights, but 8 out of 10 would hit the 10-inch plate. But I went last week. Of course, it was kind of a windy day, which is not a very good day to go shooting with an AR. 55 grains, but it was like 25-mile-an-hour intermittent winds. But I was not doing well at all.
it happens.
And part of it I just was having a hard time trying to focus in on the target.
A nice variable optic can help you with that.
Well, that's what I was thinking about. Since I'm not looking for all that sort of distance, I'm only looking for a few hundred yards. That a low power that would give me a little bit greater breadth of scope of what do you call it?
Range.
Yes,
Or
width. Whatever you
there's
call that.
mean, you're in the right place. I'm not a, maybe I'm no expert, but there are guys in these chats that could definitely help you out with that. That's
Well, I don't have the money yet. It's just something I'm thinking of. I'll shoot it a few more times before I decide if I really need to take that route yet.
I was going to ask you, what's your next? What's it going to be your next? Are you going to try to buy another rifle that you can focus on collecting things for, or was this Yugo just kind of a one-time thing?
Well, I like collecting historical things. I like, as an example, I have bayonet from every major power and from World War II.
I was wondering, yeah, are you gonna do? Are you gonna try to get another rifle and collect all the bits and pieces, or are you gonna
Um,
buy a practical firearm?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
So, Dan, on just quick question, you have an English pig sticker?
uh,
English pig. So he's talking about a bayonet.
Yes.
The spot.
For the Enfield?
yes, I
the
do.
shitty spike bayonet.
Well,
Yes.
he said he had one for every major,
Power, yes.
yeah,
The
major
jungle.
power from World War II, and
The jungle
that's probably
carbine
one.
bayonet is a lot cooler, and the SMLE, the earlier bayonet and the later bayonets are cooler than the number 4 bayonets are ugly. They're like
Yeah.
a railroad.
Yeah, they're just just a freaking round piece of steel with a sharpened tip.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
like a railroad
But
spike.
that's what they use. So I mean, it's not about. I didn't get them because they were all necessarily pretty. I got them because that's what men actually depended on at
Yep.
some point during the war. Now, granted, like Chris just said, a lot of countries changed from one style to a different style during the war.
Well, they used 2 different rifles simultaneously. They had the SMLE and the number 4, and so like bayonets depends on which rifle which guy carried. Like
Right.
The number 4 is carried the
I
pig
have the
sticker.
pig sticker, and then I also have the one that looks more like a knife blade.
Oh, nice.
SMLE.
That's cool. Well, there's also the jungle carbine had one that was more of a knife, or it was a knife, I should say.
Yep.
Now, what I don't have that I thought about going into it, but I couldn't find a good historical document to go by, was to collect World War II fighting knives.
Good luck with that. Holy balls, man. That's expensive.
But
Like
this,
the air the airborne
yeah,
fighting knives.
yeah, the Marine fighting knives.
The Marines had, well, the K-bar, but they also the Raiders had their own knife. The stiletto, the British Commando stiletto, all the different trench knives, all those are like very expensive.
Well, that's why I thought that initially I thought, well, maybe I'll just go with U.S. only to kind of keep it simple, so
Oh
at
yeah,
least, and as well as achievable.
they're hundreds of dollars a piece, if not. They're
But
expensive.
if I got one to represent the Marines, one to represent the Army, one to represent the Navy, and of course different theaters had slight differences as well.
I was hoping you were going to say Air Force, and I was so going to rip into you.
They had survival knives.
There was no Air Force during World War II.
Oh, well, yeah, the Air Corps.
Yeah, it was part of the Army.
Yeah, Army Air Corps. I know that.
But anyway, I never did go down that road again, and it was because I couldn't find books that I could buy to verify, because it was too expensive just to go off of some dude's word.
Oh, they're expensive. I can shoot a couple books in your direction, but man, they are like, especially like fighting, not like the cool, like the stilettos and the different the different trench knives and stuff. Those are just crazy expensive. People I mean, because they're iconic, you know what I mean, so people want those. I mean, there's nothing more iconic than like that British stiletto, or that dagger you know, that is like the, you know, it's on the arm of every like Green Beret that like, you know, since 1960 whatever.
When you said survival, it made me think of this gun I saw at the Air Force Museum I was at last weekend.
Yeah,
It
and
was
to answer your question, Caleb, yes, every other week.
okay, cool. And this gun's like the original SIG brace. It's called the Colt Experimental Rifle SMG. I'll have to upload the picture to gun channels. I don't know if you guys can see it if I turn on my camera. Let's see. You guys see that gun? So your arm goes under that black part. That's like where the magazine goes and everything, and your arm goes under like a brace.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I believe.
no,
Yeah.
that's a Bushmaster made a copy of that thing. It's like a bullpup pistol.
Right. Yeah, it's weird.
It takes.
And by the way,
It was in 221 Fireball. There was only 5 of them made from Colt.
Colt made stocks for revolvers back in the late 1800s, and that was a big bomb as well.
It wasn't a bomb. You just couldn't really.
You couldn't use it as a frickin', SBR.
You couldn't put your hand in front of the cylinder.
And you couldn't really get a good
Yeah,
sight picture either because all the black
use-
powder went right back in your face.
Still use a 2-hand grip. You just push it up against your shoulder to steady it. And I also saw. Let me put my screen sideways so the picture's better. Hang on, let me turn it. I saw some old night vision. I'm sure you guys have seen these before.
Old
Yeah.
night vision?
From World War II. See the battery pack behind the gun?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was cool. There was only a few. I think I made like several thousand of those. It was a.
Why don't you transfer those pictures to your computer and then screen share them that way?
I'm too lazy for that. And they had some. I'll have to upload the rest of them. Most of them were pretty common guns from that era. They had. Where is it? It was a Eugene Stone. It was one of the Stoner's rifles. This is it.
I thought stoners were anti-gun.
Okay, the Stoner 63, that's pretty rare, right? The infantry version. They had 2 of them that were like made for like they were crew mounted for like an aircraft or something. It was cool. It was just like the receiver and the front end. It wasn't any stock or anything. But that was kind of neat. They put them on a tank or something, and they were shot. The trigger was activated by a 24-volt solenoid.
I'm looking in the external chat. I'm trying to figure out if there's any chance that DB has had more than one drink.
It's likely.
My guess is 5.
That based off of his comments, or that's just a guess?
Just a wild guess. I don't have gun channels open right now.
Oh, man, I have no idea. I just wondering.
Yeah, DB can play a pretty good fake drunk too. So.
Oh yeah, because his typing is good. So that's what's making me thinking that it's a fake.
So that link, Dano, and then the book. If you go to that link, and then it's like, if you like this, you also you can buy this. There's
Oh yeah.
There's a bunch of them. The one I linked and the one of the Knives of War are the 2 that I have. There's a bunch of others. There's a bunch. I mean.
So, Chris, this is the one you're talking about, the Bushmaster. They had it there too. I took a picture of it.
Yeah.
It was a little bit bigger. It's pretty like a really, really early AR pistol.
Yeah. And the whole thing swivels. It's weird. The back end of that thing it's odd.
Yeah, that one was in 223. So I guess it took AR mags. It looks like.
Well, this is a good. That link is a good beginning to what you're looking for, Dano.
Oh yeah, I was actually just reading the first couple of pages here. Like they have that little preview. You could look at the first few pages of the book.
Yeah.
Just looking at I think it's the British Commandos stiletto.
Yeah. There's I have that first one. The guy, the one with the picture of the doughboy with the, or well, not doughboy, the Brit with the dagger in his mouth. Looking, I don't know why you'd do that.
I think that's just a Hollywood pose.
Oh, absolutely. It's just like pulling the pin with your teeth. The
Yeah.
hand grenade. If you really hate your teeth, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, it's like, why would you bite steel?
This book is really cool, but I'm gonna warn you. Like, I tried to buy this book from Amazon, and it was like a fiasco. I ended up sending the first book back because it looked like they used it as a doorstop. And the second book they gave me as a like the replacement was also beat the shit. So I would look for this book at a different. I've been having really bad luck with Amazon, so. And it seems like every book they sent me that was like a replacement for this particular book, that second link, was every one of them was fucked up. Like, and I mean, it's a hardback book, and they were
Ooh,
like,
they're fucking up a hardback?
they were
Oh my
like
god.
beating the shit. Like, I'm not kidding you.
Amazon was a carrier?
No, it wasn't. The box was fine. It was every book they sent me. When it was this GI's collector guide, every one of them was just destroyed. And so I just ended up giving up, and I ordered the books from a different distributor for more money, but they weren't destroyed. But that second book has everything. It doesn't cover any one thing well. It just shows you a bunch of different and it's all color photos. It's a really nice book.
Uh-huh.
But if you're looking for knives, it's not the. If you're looking for just stuff, they're good. It's a good book. It's a kind of book like if you go to a gun show and find this book, because I don't know if your gun shows have the tables of books. We have a guy at our show that just he just sells books. He doesn't sell guns, and they're books related to firearms and like military history. Or if you have like a good bookstore in your area or something, I'd buy. I can't.
Yeah, my area is really terrible for gun shows. We have 3 gun shows a year.
Yeah.
There was one in March. I couldn't go to it because I was sick. And then the one before that was in the fall, and I had some family commitment I had to go to. So hopefully in July, the next one coming up, I'll be able to go to.
Well, I don't know. I'll warn you, if that second book is interesting to you and you order it from Amazon, with my experience, you're rolling the dice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the nice thing about Amazon though is they've got a great return policy.
Yeah, I didn't end up buying the book from them because every single one they sent me was the same, and like it was almost like at a point to where it got like absurd. You know what I mean? Like it was like a joke.
Yeah.
Hi, Caleb.
See you guys. Take it easy.
Yeah, that's the thing they have to deal with Amazon, especially with paperbacks. So I can expect that if I order a paperback, it's going to come bent up and.
Yeah, I'm at the point.
That's just what it is. It's how they freaking store all their items. I mean, it's a great system to store, but.
I'm not buying any more books from Amazon. I'll buy other stuff from them, but the books it got like to the point where it was just annoying. It was just stupid.
Yeah, I never had to send back a hardcover. I've always gotten my hardcovers from them just fine.
I've gotten both soft covers and hard covers from them fucked up. I don't have any. I was being cheap, but we have like one of the biggest bookstores in the country in my city, so there's really no excuse for me to buy from them. All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna call it a night.
All right.
Pat's winding down.
You gonna go have some dinner?
Yeah, and I'm not coming back.
Now, do you go out to eat at this time each night?
Oh no, I just eat late.
Oh, okay. Well, when you said that the other night, I thought you meant like you were going out to get some food.
Sometimes, but tonight or it depends. Not this time. It's a little bit too late.
Well, I guess Quirk beat you to it. He didn't even say anything.
Well, he's a dick. So, dude.
Well, I guess it's going to be me and Moon.
Eventually, I'm gonna take some pictures of all these tobacco tin cleaning kits I've collected. I have about 5 of them. I'm gonna try to get 2 more. I want to start taking photos of them all, but I guarantee you, when you start seeing these things, Dano, you're gonna trip out because they are like, they are so cool.
Well, I mean, do you? Maybe not one that you have, but can you reference? Is there like one that's out, a picture of one out that's out on the internet that kind of reflects the style?
Yeah, I mean, it like,
I mean,
hold on,
like Copenhagen chewing tobacco, a tin.
no, it's like this. Here's a Google image. Oh, I hope that works. Let me check that link. Yeah, there's a good.
Oh, okay.
I have a few. I have a bunch of them. As far as like just random weird military shit to collect, a lot of these you can find for like $5.
Really?
Some, but they also can go up in price into like $30. The most I paid for one was 30.
So
but-
what firearms are yours for?
I have them for everything from like a K98 to like a East German AK-47 to I don't know what the Israeli ones are for. I've heard I've heard they're for anything from a Uzi to who knows what. I don't. My British one's for a Lee Enfield. I have another German one that I think is for a G3, but I'm not completely sure.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. They're cheap and they're kind of cool, so
Right.
there's something to look at too.
It's nice to have stuff that's a little bit more affordable to collect.
Yeah, and they're cool. I think they're cool as hell. Like
Yeah.
some of them are plastic, a lot of them are made out of tin. Some of them open like an Altoid box, some open from the top, like some of the ones pictured here.
Uh-huh.
The Altoid box ones are my favorite because I think they're hilarious. It's like
Yeah.
but anyway.
All right. You have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night, guys.
See you.
Later.
Wow, exciting night.
Yeah. At this point, just want to shut her down, or?
Yeah, probably gonna shut it down.
Okay. All right, Moon. You have a good evening.
You too, buddy.
Bye.
See you.